your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. I've been working all weekend on videos and I just remembered, oh, Movie Monday has got to be recorded. So today's movie is Sorry to Bother You. This came out in 2018. It's got a very big cast and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here. Keith Stanfield's the main character. Tessa Thompson's in it as well. I'll go over the cast a bit more. In an alternate present-day version of Oakland, telemarketer Cassius Green discovers a magical key to professional success, propelling him to a universe of greed. Interesting premise. I remember watching Click from Adam Sandler. His movies are hit and miss, but like even if you don't like him, Click is an amazing movie. It's emotionally brilliant. He finds a remote that can pause and rewind life, and he's a busy guy, and he overuses the remote. He becomes a bit greedy. A workaholic who doesn't prioritize his family, and that remote, it messes his life up even more, and it makes him realize how bad a person he'd become, and it changes him, and it's very emotional. So I thought, reading the synopsis, this sounds similar but different. Yeah, like this one, Lakeith Stanfield, Tessa Thompson, Amari Hardwick, Terry Crews, Danny Glover, Stephen Yeun, Armie Hammer, Lily James, Rosario Dawson. This is a cast. Patton Oswalt as well. Patton Oswalt is in this. This is a cast and a half. I don't expect this to be the same as Click. I just like, when I read the synopsis, I kind of got the Click vibes, if that makes sense, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks like Lakeith Stanfield's character doesn't have the best life, so I wonder what he's going to find to help him that will also make him greedy. He's having depressing thoughts in bed while talking to his girl. I find it quite relatable. He's talking about like, one day we're going to die, our kids are going to die, our kids are going to die. One day no one will be on Earth. One day the sun will explode and nothing I do will ever matter. He's having some interesting thoughts. A lot of thoughts, not necessarily those types of thoughts. I mean, yes, actually yes. But I always have some like negative thoughts, like what if this happens, what if that happens, what if this doesn't matter, what am I doing? I have these questions. This is relatable, this guy. Okay, so there's no magical remote like Click, and there's definitely nothing like Click. So this guy, he's struggling with money, and he gets this job as a telemarketer, so they sell things over the phone, that sort of stuff. You sit in a cubicle with your headphones on, that job. And he's asking for higher pay in a work meeting. The managers don't like that, but all the workers are trying to unionize, so eventually they just stop working at prime time to like try and make the manager listen to them. Going on strike basically. So I've skipped so far actually. So the main guy, Lakeith Stanfield's character, he's trying to, when he starts off, he's not doing that well. He's trying to sell things, but he keeps getting hung up on. And the advice he's given is, you got to use your white voice, sound like you're comfortable in life. I can't be asked to explain it, but you got to have your white voice. So he changes his whole voice and persona, and it works. Over the phone, it works. And he gains customers, and he starts to like rise up. But also he's on this union to try and get paid more. So when they do this whole strike for everyone at work, they take them into the office one by one, and they have a talking to them, threaten to fire them or whatever. But for him, they didn't threaten him. They offered him a promotion to upstairs, which is where the elite telemarketers are. And he took it, of course, because he wanted money after all, and with a good starting salary. So yeah, he's got a promotion, and that's where I'm at the movie right now. But his girlfriend, who also got the job in the same place, she's on a different vibe. She's still protesting these wages and also other things as well. So there's a group that's protesting against this other company. There's this company that's not ethical, shall we say. They're using people, they're exploiting people, but they're gaining traction. Like, a lot of people are using them, a lot of people are with them. But there's a lot of people that are protesting against them, and his girlfriend is part of that, and his girlfriend is part of the protest at work as well. So him getting this promotion, he's going against, you know, his fellow workers, his friends, and his girlfriend. So I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder where this is going, because, you know, he's motivated by money and greed, and the rest, obviously, they want their version of justice. I'm intrigued to see where this goes, because he's in a relationship with someone who's part of, you know, protest. But yeah, they got money problems. He's got an uncle who might lose his house within a month to the bank if he doesn't pay enough money, which he doesn't have. They need money quite badly, and well, he obviously wants to get money for his uncle and everything, but he's also you're also starting to see that greed start to come into it as well. So it's pretty interesting so far. The thing is too, another layer to it is the job he's doing is unethical. Like the job itself is fine, but one of their clients is that other company that's essentially like exploiting people, selling slave labor, other things. He's basically one of their biggest clients is that company, and he's helping that company out. He's, you know, because he's a good seller, he's selling everything, but because he needs extra payday, he's taking away from the moral side of it. And yeah, he's falling out with his friends, co-workers, and his girlfriend. Yeah, sure, he wanted more pay, but he's, you know, he's selling his soul to do it. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this goes, because the workers are still protesting on the lower floors, and all they need is for him to turn back to their side, and it could turn a tide, because he's also one of the best sellers upstairs now. So yeah, I wonder where this will go. I feel like I can predict that he will eventually at the end change and be the person that he should be. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That I don't know where else this is going, but we shall see. So, I mean, it was predictable in terms of him changing sides again. You know, back to his friends and his girlfriend, changing sides. But what completely shocked me was he got invited to a party of the CEO of this company that's exploiting people, and it turns out it's a lot weirder and worse than what's reported. Basically, he's turning people into horse people, making them strong horse. I don't mean centaurs, I mean like, you know, two-legged standing body with a horse head and a horse body. Creepy thing, right? This rich guy with this company that's exploiting people is exploiting him in a way where he's turning them into horses, strong workers to replace people, basically. I'm just like, what's going on? So Lakeith Stanfield stumbles onto this secret, reveals it to the world. A lot of people side with the billionaire for some reason. They're okay with horse people apparently. But yeah, it gets to the point where, you know, there's a rebellion, more rebellion. He turns back to the side of the rebellion. They fight back, and then these horse people break out with the help of him, and they fight back, and they're very strong. So they go around beating up. They fight back, basically. The police start, you know, beating protesters up. Then the horses turn up and start beating them up, and started pushing armored vehicles just by pure horse strength. I'm just like, what's going on? The last 20 minutes are crazy. I'll say that. I'm just like, what? Yeah, it ends where he himself turns into a horse as well. Then he goes to the rich man's house to, I guess, beat him up. The movie ends. The last two scenes are him finding out he's transforming into a horse. And then the scene after that is him breaking into that guy's house, played by Armie Hammer. I googled straight away, does he have a sequel? But no, it just doesn't. It just ends, and you know, there are comments from directors and actors about what happens next. Just more rebellion in the world, I guess. But yeah, this is a very strange alternate universe thing that's based around you know, the bad things about capitalism, I guess. So quite political, but you know, a very strange thing. It's not like I don't see it as anti-capitalism. I see it as like anti the bad things about capitalism. That makes sense. Like the way workers are exploited and not getting paid enough, stuff like that. Like it's anti that. And there's companies real life that do that, but they don't make people into horses though. So that's nothing. But yeah, that's all I will say. Yeah, let's not get political with this. But yeah, I don't think capitalism itself is a bad thing. It's just the way it's used, the way it's put in place. The people in charge of it, they're not, you know, doing it in the right way, if that makes sense. It works in the right hands, and especially in America, it's not in the best of hands. I feel like England do it a bit better. But yeah, anyway, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.
I should go